Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. Breaking news. Some dramas end with applause. Others end with silence. But the first Frost ended with something heavier, a feeling that refused to let go. When the final episode faded out, fans weren't asking what happened next in the story. They were asking something far more dangerous. What happened to them? Bai Jingting Zhang Ruonan didn't he just leave behind a drama? They left behind questions, longing, and a chemistry that still hasn't found its ending. From its earliest scenes, the first Frost felt emotionally restrained, and that was exactly why it cut so deep. Instead of dramatic confessions or explosive romance, the story relied on quiet tension. And at the heart of that tension were Bai Jingting Zhang Ruonan. Bai Jingting didn't play love as something loud. He played it as something held back. Every glance felt measured, almost cautious, as if his character was afraid that one wrong word could shatter everything. Zhang Ruonan mirrored that energy perfectly. Her performance wasn't about grand gestures, but about emotional endurance, holding feelings in until they almost broke her. Fans noticed immediately. Across Weibo, TikTok, Twitter, and global C-drama communities, viewers kept saying the same thing: this doesn't feel scripted. The way they interacted felt intimate without being obvious, comfortable without being careless. It was the kind of chemistry that doesn't ask for attention, it commands it. What made the first Frost unforgettable wasn't just the romance, but the emotional honesty. Many viewers saw themselves reflected in the characters, in missed timing, unspoken feelings, and love that existed quietly rather than perfectly. Bai Jingting Zhang Ruonan didn't romanticize pain. They understood it. And when two actors understand the emotional core of a story this deeply, something happens. The line between performance and reality begins to blur, not because they cross it, but because the audience does. Fans stopped watching scenes. They started feeling them. By the time the final episode aired, something unexpected had already formed. The audience wasn't ready to move on, not because they wanted more episodes, but because they weren't emotionally done. And just when people thought the intensity would fade once filming ended, it followed them off screen. After the first Frost concluded, fans expected distance. New schedules. New projects. The usual professional separation. But instead, what they saw was something subtler and far more intriguing. In interviews, Bai Jingting Zhang Ruonan didn't exaggerate their bond. They didn't sell a couple image. They simply existed comfortably in each other's presence. Bai Jingting listened attentively, often reacting before Zhang Ruonan finished speaking. Zhang Ruonan, usually reserved, appeared softer, more relaxed. These weren't moments designed for headlines. They were moments fans felt. Clips circulated online, not because they were dramatic, but because they were genuine. No forced laughter. No performative closeness. Just two people who shared emotional history through a story that demanded vulnerability. Speculation grew quietly. Fans analyzed tone instead of rumors, body language instead of headlines. And perhaps the most powerful factor of all was the absence of denial or confirmation. In an industry that often thrives on clarity, their silence became the narrative. It left space. Space for interpretation. Space for emotional investment. Space for fans to continue holding on without feeling embarrassed for caring too much. Some fans believed it was simply mutual respect. Others felt something deeper was being protected. And many decided the truth didn't actually matter. Because sometimes, emotional authenticity is enough. And that authenticity kept the first Frost alive long after it was supposed to end. In the fast-moving world of entertainment, most on-screen pairings fade quickly. New dramas arrive. New couples trend. But Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan remain quietly present in conversations, not as gossip, but as memory. Why does this pairing still resonate so strongly? Because it represents something rare: emotional restraint in a world obsessed with spectacle. Their connection wasn't built on grand declarations. It was built on understanding. And for many fans, that felt far more real than fantasy romance. For women especially, the first frost echoed personal experiences, loving someone quietly, choosing silence over chaos, carrying feelings that were never given a proper ending. Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan didn't give viewers a perfect love story. They gave them recognition. And recognition lingers. Fans don't cling to this pairing because they expect confirmation. They cling because the story validated emotions they've carried themselves. Incomplete love. Unfinished conversations. Moments that mattered even without resolution. Every time Bai Jingting or Zhang Ruonan appears in a new project, fans feel a familiar pull. Not because they expect a reunion, but because something unresolved still exists emotionally. This isn't obsession. It's resonance. And resonance doesn't disappear just because the credits roll. Whether Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan were simply acting or sharing something deeper isn't the core of the story anymore. What matters is what they left behind. The first frost gave fans an experience, not just a drama, but an emotional imprint. One that didn't need confirmation to feel real. One that didn't demand answers to remain meaningful. Some stories are meant to end clearly. Others are meant to stay unfinished. And maybe that's why this one still hurts in a beautiful way. Because it reminds us that not all connections are meant to be defined, some are meant to be remembered. Quietly. Honestly. Forever suspended between what was and what might have been. If the first frost stayed with you longer than you expected, this space is yours. Tell us what moment hurt the most: the silence, the longing, or the ending itself. Your voice matters here. Stay with us, and let us keep telling the stories that don't disappear when the screen goes dark.